Hey everybody, Klesso here. Welcome back to Grand Arena Championships. It's Season 10, Week 1, Round 2, 3v3, some Mo. And my opponent today, you may recognize the name if you watch my videos a lot. I played this person last season, 5v5. More lifetime banners than me, extraordinarily good, and very hard matchup. I beat him last season, so this is round 2 of our rivalry, is what it appears. So let's take a look at the matchup. Zeta-wise, I've got a pretty big advantage, 119 to 87. Gear 12 is almost the same. I've got 34, he's got 32. Gear 13, he's got 9 more than me, 101 to 92, and then he just whoops me real bad in mods, and that's what makes a big difference in Grand Arena Championships. So let's get into the match. So I was extraordinarily busy the last couple days and didn't get to live stream like I would have liked to. I think it would have went a little bit better, spoiler alert. But I did record all the matches, so I just chained them all back together, and I'll kind of commentate, what I was thinking. I could only fit them in. I had a brief window yesterday. I could fit them in. We had a kid's birthday party. Had to take my son to go get a present. It was crazy, not to mention everything else going on. So we just did the match. I'll show you the video. So he cleared my board earlier, one-shot everything, which really surprised me. I mean, he's good, don't get me wrong, but I thought for sure I'd trip him up because this section right here is pretty hard. Then back here, he just one-shot everything, and he was getting 54s in the back. Like he got lower banners on that front wall, which was to be expected, the front bottom. But then he was being very efficient, which I thought at least would strip some banners. My teams would at least strip some banners. So he's got this Ray team. Obviously, I'm going to go after that first. Pick my Supreme Leader Kylo Ren here. And this is where things go downhill. I made one critical mistake because I was in a hurry. I'll show you real quick. And it cost me the entire match here. Stun, good. Bonus turn, stun, good. Now right here, all I have to do is fracture Ray, but instead I screw up and I swap turn meter. I knew it immediately too. I was so mad at myself when I did that. So then I lost Thrawn there. I don't know what the heck I was thinking. Like, I was just in a hurry and it messed everything up. So now it's 1v3. I still figured I might have a chance, but she got that immunity right there, and then these guys unload on me. Try to siphon some mastery, make myself hit a little bit harder, but just nothing for that ultimate. I can't believe I did that, and that screwed me up for everything to come, because now to fight through that Ray, I'll show you here in a minute, I figure I'll go ahead and do these battles, get the easy ones out of the way, use my crew plus Executioner with Watt. This is, in my opinion, the best team for a Mother Talzin team, especially such a high relic. Everything's Relic 6, Relic 7 on this team, incredibly modded. I'm going to go. She died of dots, so she'll be able to come back there, which is frustrating. So I got to kill her again when I'm able to. So we'll just fight through this match. It's pretty easy, though. It's not a big deal. She was able to come back, but now she's dead for good since we got the weapons tech on Executioner, and he got a real kill. She didn't just die of dots. So I had everything mapped out. I was good to go. And that Supreme Leader Kylo Ren fight right before this, that's the first time I think I've ever lost a 3v3. I mean, all you gotta do is fracture Ray right there, and you can get ahead of the game. And I was just going too fast. That's what happens when you don't have time and you're trying to go fast. So, and this was the worst opponent ever to be that busy against. So I don't know if I would have won, to be fair. It would have been really close, though. I can tell you it probably would have been within a few points. But I had a really good strategy. So now we're going to tackle that other Night Sister team. And for that, we'll use the Bounty Hunters. Makes a nice, easy team. Just going to try to get my taunt off. And then Jango's up. get rid of Talia. One shot, one kill, booyah. And then obviously the next target's going to be Asajj. If we can kill her with Django, since I have the Zeta, get some ability block. Don't land the ability block. Get some burning going. I'll tell you what, even though I screwed up that first fight, this is probably one of the most fun matches I've played in a long time. I'm actually pretty happy with how things turned out, considering. So, get the taunt off, and she's gone. So, easy 54. You know, my plan was to get 47-46 versus Rey, then 54-54, which I was on pace to do. But one move, not fracturing Rey, you know, one misplay because I was going too fast. So now my only way to get through this Rey is to use the burn down method and have her keep taking health away. So I'm going to show you all these burners, and the idea here is just to get her to do that move where she takes her own health away over and over until she gets down to about 25% health. She does it to where she gets to about 50%, and that's too soon to go in. So you got to keep going. And it takes, I want to say, like 6 or 7 burners before it's set up in a way that I'm comfortable going in. So we'll just show you all those, just to kind of show you the process. I'm just going to the bottom of my roster. You can see she's at, you know, yellow health, but I don't like where that's at, because if she goes up above it, then she's going to proc damage immunity, and we don't want that. If you're going to do this method, you want to try to give yourself the best, you know, chance when you go in with the real team. JKR, Gas, and I used Hoda here. Since I didn't have Thrawn, I didn't have Watt. That's what we got to do. So these bottom of the roster guys actually getting some work in. Just keep throwing them in. Probably should have sent in a couple there, but they probably would have killed, that AoE would have killed them all. That's the nice thing about this. Once you're past, you know, 2 battles, it doesn't matter how many teams it takes. You're going to get the same banners. So, you know, there we go. Getting there. She healed a little bit more. It's over 50% again. Get some low bot action. Chupio, or whatever they're calling them. 3-Pac, whatever. And there. Now, you see how she's at 25% health. That's what I've been waiting for this entire time. So now, you know, I figure it's go time. So I'm going to take a JKR lead, Gas, and Hermit Yoda. And keep my fingers crossed, my butt clenched, and getting in there. So I've never had to do this method before, where you just keep sending in burners till you get it lined up just right. We're going to mark Rey. I was hoping to get her out right here, but you can see just not enough. Not yet. So now we have to survive all this nonsense. And here I decided to swap TM. And luckily I got the buff that allows them not to counter. And there we go. So it worked. I was pretty happy with this outcome. There was always, you know, one of the good things about playing these incredible opponents that have more lifetime banners than you is, even if things don't work, you can get a lot out of them. And I got a lot out of this match. Being forced to do this is kind of actually somewhat nice, it lets me know that if I wanted to set both, I could theoretically do this method and have it work. Now back here, I assume because he did so well, he might not set too tough a defense, but he set Jedi Knight Luke, and he's got that Shaak Ti team, which he went a lot harder than I thought he was going to go. I assumed he used Luke on offense with how well he did. Here I forgot to start recording, so there's 35 seconds off the clock before I remembered. Like I said, I was in a big hurry yesterday, which isn't good for when you got to be careful. I've been keeping my bugs. Bugs in 3v3 in offense, in my opinion, is the way to go, specifically for these Newt teams, because there's almost 100% chance you're going to see Newt, and the Newt teams can be incredibly tricky and get wildly out of control with the extortion. People don't want to, clear extortion. And this, bugs give you the chance. You can clear extortion every single time, still get hits in. Now, this particular lineup, by putting Watt in there with a tank, draws it out, but it's not that big of a deal. He even brings Sun Fac back. It's whatever. Now that he's got the protection off of him, he won't be that hard to kill. I still want to get him out as fast as possible. He did put the protection tech right back on him, but get some potency up here. It's not a big deal. Let's get some healing. I was hoping to finish with 54, big hit. Now start working on Watt so he doesn't revive anymore, hopefully. Keep clearing extortion, keep hitting. I just love Geonosians versus Newt. It's one of my go-tos. I love it. I haven't found a Newt team yet, realistically. Obviously, you could put some crazy stuff with Newt, some meta stuff that might not work, but realistically, with what people actually put with Newt on defense, this team works really well. Now, I healed up, and I was hoping I could get him killed twice before I lost too much protection. And you can see, right there, it's so stupid. All I had to do is do a big shot, but instead, I don't know what I was thinking. I did potency up instead of just taking them out. And that cost me a couple banners right there. I would have ended with 54 if I would have just used Spy's big hit. So dumb. I've been streaming on Twitch a lot lately. I know a lot of you guys have already followed me there. I would encourage you, if you haven't yet, click the link in the description and follow me on Twitch, because I do plan to do most all my battles live on Twitch and then post them to YouTube the next day or whenever I can get around to kind of editing it. For YouTube, I edit out quite a bit because on Twitch, there's so much live interaction and it's so much fun. The battles do take an extra 20 minutes or so because I'm talking, just chatting with everybody. People are giving me advice, and it's a lot of fun. But for YouTube, I try to edit out a lot of the chit chat and just try to give you guys the straight dope. So here, I'm trying not to get a kill here until Rex's big hit's up. And I like this lineup of a GG team because there is no taunt. It does get a little sketchy, as you can see, but here it is. Big hit, Rexalate, we're out. Ark's still in a little bit of trouble. We'll get that tenacity up. Now we'll get rid of B2, and should be golden. There goes B2. Now it's just B1. Couple more stacks. Do a big hit, and he's gone. I like that turret assist. It's only 48 points, but it allows you to use your Jedi Knight Revan elsewhere. If it wasn't for using my Jedi Knight Revan, Jedi Knight Luke, and Hoda as a possible Supreme Leader Kylo Red counter, I'd probably put Jedi Knight Revan on defense and just use that clone team. I feel like the bang for the buck there is incredibly good. Most everyone uses Jedi Knight Revan versus GG, and that's great, and you have a chance to get a few more banners than if you use that clone team. But I feel like Jedi Knight Revan on defense is such a good deal, such much more bang for the buck. You can get some real holds on defense. Unfortunately, I can't do that anymore since I have Jedi Knight Luke, and I need that possible Supreme Leader Kylo Ren counter. And it ended up saving my butt, as you can see, since I was dumb and screwed up my Supreme Leader Kylo Ren fight. But it's definitely something I would recommend to people if they're looking to get better is, do a little trade out that clone team for a JKR, make your defense incredibly more stout by putting JKR on defense instead if you don't have Jedi Knight Luke. So I'm just kind of going through these matches, bouncing back and forth, using the counters that I know I have to use. Like there's a nest here, so I figured I'd use my trio, Sith trio. That's working pretty well, as you can see. So no biggie. Hard to get max banners, obviously, with this team with no protection recovery other than Scion giving it to himself by hitting people with hatred. But just end up finishing here, get 52 banners, call it a day. Like I said, there's lots of bouncing around here. This Jedi Knight Luke team, boy. And he's got a fast Hermit Yoda. See, what would have been nice, and I'll tell you here in a second, go ahead and use my JTR. This is my favorite. I'm going to wipe Jango. You want to wipe Jango on this. Most people do Bossk, but if it's a Jango lead, you want to prevent that burning from getting out. Go ahead and let Bossk taunt. It's going to be hard to prevent that, and just try to burn them down. With the exposes from 3PO, it's not that hard. So, and these are high relic Jango and Bossk. Everything's modded to the nines. Everything's good. But I make a decision to go just let Bossk taunt and try to burn through him. So that's what we do. We get through him. Now it's a matter of trying to control these two. That was a lucky dodge there. I'm going to go ahead and wipe on Boba because we don't want him to execute, and then work on Jango first. It's all about control once you get to this point, and 3PO really lets you do that. That's why I'm a big fan of using 3PO on this team. We got the ability block, the confuse, so we know he's not going to do his execute yet. And now it's just about doing this. Get some Illuminated Destiny. So, like I said, if it wasn't for screwing up that Supreme Leader Kylo Ren fight, I would have had essentially 3 more teams. Essentially. So I would have taken my Jedi Knight Revan, who's way faster, against this Jedi Knight Luke team. Instead, I have to mirror, even though it's not a good mirror because his team's faster, as you can see right there. And it's got Hermit Yoda, so he's going to get Master's training. So here I'm just trying to do everything I can to at least get out Bastila. He took out Ezra right there. That's an R5 Ezra. And I'm just doing everything possible to get Bastila out. Anything else would be a bonus on top of that. And she's gone, thank God. And then it's a matter of, can I get either one of these guys out? And spoiler alert, I do not. Because you'll see here in a second, the opposing Jedi Knight Luke gets Master's training, and it's just too hard. That's hard to overcome. Decided to try to take out Hermit Yoda before he gets that Master's training on him, but right there he got it, and it's game over once he gets that. Jedi Knight Luke with that Master's training is cray-cray. So I come back to that. But it would have been a quick fight because all I would have had to do is take in Jedi Knight Revan and mark Jedi Knight Luke from the jump, and it's over. I've seen it a bunch. That was my plan, but I didn't get to do that. And that's what I'm saying. If I wouldn't have screwed up that fight, I would have been fine because then I would have also had a gas team and I would have had a Jedi Knight Luke team to do another battle. I was sitting really pretty. I really like my chances if I wouldn't have screwed up that first fight. It would have been close because he did put up 24.55, which is great banners. Here's another one where I forgot to start recording right away. There was a Wampa there originally, and I took him out right from the jump. Dooku and Droideka hid right away, which left Wampa wide open, and I just went in, stunned him with Spirit, and took him out immediately. Pretty easy match. Dooku, whenever you see Dooku, you can think that you can probably use a Mother Talzin. That seems to work pretty good against Dooku lead teams. I can't wait for my history to see what my opponent did. He's a really nice guy. We've chatted back and forth. Last time, one of some guildmate or somebody told him about my videos, so he watched my stuff, and so we know each other now. And I got my own very own Grand Arena Championship nemesis, somebody with almost the exact same, albeit a little bit more lifetime banners than me. I beat him the first time. He beat me the second time. I'm not saying I want to face him again, but it's probably going to happen. And then we'll see who wins the tiebreaker at 3. So now we have a Negotiator versus Malevolence fight. This is always pretty, routine. This is the team I run in Arena with Bosk, Rex, and Jedi Knight Anakin. I use it for everything, whether it's a mirror match, Negotiator, or a Malevolence fight. I just use this team. It's nice. I've got it down pretty much to a science, whether it's mirror or not. There's always, always, always RNG when it comes down to Negotiator mirror matches. But I'd say, I don't lose very often. Like once a week maybe, on my climb. Things will get out of hand. But for the most part, I've got it down to a little bit of a science. It's all about that Valor buff, especially on Negotiator mirror matches, and just trying to get ahead of the other team. If you have more Valor buffs than they have, you'll be ahead of them the whole fight. And if you can just kind of keep that one thing in mind, dispel their Valor, make sure you get your Valor as much as possible, you'll be ahead of them pretty much the entire fight. It's pretty easy actually. But a lot of people just don't realize they struggle with the mirrors because they don't understand that Valor buff and how that puts the opposing team ahead of them, turn meter wise and everything. I just would have loved to see how this match played out if I didn't screw up that first fight. It would have been intense. I guarantee the fleet would have came down to, it would have been a couple banner win or loss if I didn't mess up that fight. And I had quite a bit of firepower with having that Jedi Knight Revan team left, a gas team, and a Jedi Knight Luke team that I didn't have because I had to clean up that Rey. And I'm just happy that I was able to clean up that Rey, honestly. I thought that was awesome because that's literally the first time I've ever tried that, and it worked great. So here we are, just finishing this up. Easy battle, 63. And now we'll go back, finish that bottom section. We still got two teams, two hard teams. A preloaded, albeit undersized Jedi Knight Luke team, and then a Shaak Ti team. I decided to go after Shaak Ti. I'm very happy. I just remodded my nest back to the way it was. I take in a Kira nest team here, and I ended up keeping Vandor in there too. So I thought he might bring a little something to the table, and I think I was right. I think they do 25% less damage. Here I go into the kit to remind myself. Right here, maybe it's the other one where it shows, yeah, this one, I think. They do minus 25% damage while Chewbacca is buffed, so I'm hoping that comes in handy and they can't kill Nest as easily, or that big hit from Rex. It's all about that big hit from Rex. If that hits at the wrong time, it's over. So this is basically the only thing, that I have that can work, in my opinion, other than Padme, but I was counting on Padme to clean up that Jedi Knight Luke team. So the other option would have been, use Padme here, probably win pretty easily, but then have nothing for that Jedi Knight Luke team. So I decided to roll the dice and hope my nest could survive the big hit from Rex, the Rexalate, while, my nest gets charged up. And right there, that was awesome. I had all that protection up, and it saved me. Now, if he gets that off and I don't have all that protection off, then, night-night, game over. But it ended up going pretty good, so not too bad. So now I'm still trying to concentrate on getting Rex out of there. He's gone, so now really there's no chance of losing. It's just, whether Nest can ramp up enough and, get everyone killed before you time out. Shaak Ti sucks so bad with the constant protection and health regeneration. So, but there's a lot of good stuff. And like I said, I remodded right before this Grand Arena Championship. I had Nest pretty fast, and I don't like that version of Nest unless it's like crazy fast. And then I'm not willing to sacrifice the mods that it would take to do that. So I went back to a slow, high tenacity Nest, and I like that so much more. Focus on offense, crit damage, call it a day. Just let, Nest go full Nest, do her thing. Be interesting. I can't wait to see, like I said earlier, what my opponent used against my teams, because, man, he put up some really efficient scores on some teams that I thought would have stripped some banners. Lots of 54s on teams that I was expecting 52s, 51s, or lower on. So I can't wait to see what another really good opponent, what they're using on offense. So in my last ditch effort, essentially, to clean this up, I saved my Padme, and we're going to see how that can do. And I'm trying to get Hermit Yoda out of there before he gets Master's Training onto Jedi Knight Luke. That's kind of my goal. And then if I can do that, then try to go, 3v1. And I opt to do... And right there. So I got him so close, but he still got that dang Master's Training. And then I got him dead. So now it's arguably the third or fourth best tune in the entire game, Jedi Knight Luke versus these three. I'm trying to keep the protection up, trying to get the healing immunity, and it just doesn't even do anything. The buff immunity, he still heals right back up. Almost takes out Jedi Knight Anakin there. Keeps dispelling that taunt on GK. Keep getting it right back on there. Get some more protection up. AoE stun from Jedi Knight Luke. You can see, this sucks. Try to get the healing immunity. Try to call the assist. Got the healing immunity on him. Get some more protection up. Get some more protection up. He takes out Jedi Knight Luke. I got 10 stacks. Ooh, right there. Thank God. Those 10 stacks of courage that accumulated saved the day, and that's the end of the match. I ended up scoring 2401, which, as you can see, is a loss. But like I said, this ended up being an incredibly fun match for me. No joke. I found a way to clear after such an opening catastrophe, and I'm pretty proud of myself, actually. So that's it, everybody. Thanks for watching. Like I said earlier in the program, in the description is my Twitch channel. Please click on that. Please hit follow. I'm telling you, it is tons of fun to do live and interact with all you guys. It'd be nice. I know a lot of you guys have been watching for years, and it'd be nice if you came over on Twitch, caught it live, and just say, hey, what's up, man? I answer a lot of comments and everything in YouTube, and that's nice, but it's fun to, do it in person, do it live. So thanks for watching, and we'll do it again in a couple days.